Hi everybody, welcome back to Rusty Gears Season 3 Episode 68 with me, Sid, and I'm a little more than a couple of weeks away from my holiday, so I'm starting to, well, actually not in real life, I'm several weeks away from my holiday, but we're over here at Spawn, and I have been, well, it's probably easy if I show from the air. I've been kind of trying to work out some wall structures for a castle. Now, I'm hoping this isn't going to interfere too much with Per's plans. There's a bit of alliteration there. I think it's alliteration. I'm terrible with it. I'll be honest, I have never passed an English qualification in my life. I'm probably not going to start anytime soon either. So the castle portion of the spawn town, there's still a couple of areas down there we need to try and fill. I have got a plan for that, maybe some kind of parkland. Nothing really for that. If anybody else has got plans for that elsewise. Now, what I'd like to do is try and get a start of a structure down that kind of sets a tone, which we can then kind of recruit help from the rest of the gears to see about extending that, because I think this castle could come right out here a wee bit, and then maybe as far back as here. So we kind of got a structure with a big hall, and then we can. I mean, we're not going to make this part of the ruin of the dungeon because it's too deep, and B, it's already been heavily looted. But has Punk left dibs over here? Yeah, he has. But we need to get some materials now. We're going to go with granite. I had a choice. I could have gone with andesite, which is obviously what Per's used on the cathedral, but I don't want it to. Oh, hello. I don't want it to blend in too much, so I think we're going to go and try for granite as a primary build block. We may put some contrast pieces in, but now in terms of how much granite is there, the answer is really not a lot, because we've got 597 stone bricks, which is great, and if I were to have a look up here, we've got more basics, but not a lot of the good stuff. So I think, well, for starters, I think I need to just drop off all of my inventory, so I'm not carrying anything I don't need, and I think we need to go and see about getting some materials. Now, I happen to know that there is somebody on the server with a great deal of granite, so I know that they have said help yourself. So let's take them up on it. I will see you over at No One's base. Alright, here we are. If you've not seen this before, I've been in this, I think I've showcased this a few times. But No One GHF, search for them on Twitter and also on YouTube. Yeah, you're missing a line of blocks there, mate. Predominantly streamer, but puts up the VODs on YouTube, and you can find all of that information in the subject. So we've been over here before. These are all of his I think the patrons. These are the various tiers of patrons. So, and he does some amazing chisel work, and I'm sure I've shown this one up. A big old spear there. That meteoric iron at the top, that's flexing. Yeah, and then this was based off of our statue, which then No One just basically tweaked over, and that is, I want to say, a submarine. But yeah, so all of the stuff over there. Now, no one has been hollowing out this mountain. I'm not kidding. This is an insane amount of work. Got bees underground. I didn't even know you could do bees underground. Berry bushes. I don't. We must have underground farming turned on, That's a question, because I know Vintage Story has a different definition of underground to the definition that a lot of us would use. So whereas I would say underground is, you know, this, Vintage Story often uses it on its Y level, but massive space, massive amount of work, and of course with this level of work, this is I believe it's the dwarven themed kingdom, so you know, lots of nice stuff going on around there. We've got the more things going on around here. I'm not even sure of half of the story behind a lot of this. Down here, huge forge. Lots of ingot areas, water, health hammers, which is actually wired in. I'm not sure how you turn it on. There'll be an obvious switch or something somewhere. And then down in, no, not even this. Oh yeah, there you go. Down in these areas, originally, no one had massive amounts of granite stored. Oh, is this a coke oven? No, this is steel. Okay, steel oven there. Presumably the same on the other side. Anyway, we're not here specifically to tour no one's base, although it seems weird saying no one's base. It's obviously someone, but you know, hey, I didn't come up with a name. So what I need to do is chisel room. Okay. What I need to do is try and locate the new this is all seeds. The new stone storage. This was the stone storage. Here we go. And for whatever reason, no one moved all of the storage down into chests. I'll be honest, it really did look a hell of a lot more impressive. I'm just gonna, when it was arrayed out, I am going to grab an inventory full, just because. Keeping his samples, and that should give us hopefully enough to start with, and we can work on the thing. Let me get us back to the spawn. We'll do this the quick way, and if I remember correctly, we should be able to go. I don't know why I'm armed. We should be able to come into here. Now the tower of this one was where we had a reasonable amount of this stuff already stashed. I think we're going to struggle to get anything in there. I'm going to struggle to get anything in there. I definitely don't want to put a block down there. Maybe we go up a floor and we'll borrow a little bit of this for storage then. If I put one there, you're not going to get past. Oh man, this is not conducive to storage. Who designed this interior? Oh, I think partially me. doesn't matter. We'll work it out. There's plenty of storage to go around, and this will do. It's only temporary anyway, so don't like that. It's going to annoy me if I leave that there. But this will give us a starting point to get some building done, and I think we're just going to stick you there for now. Right, in fact, we'll take you with us. You can come. There we go. Right, so we've got a whole load of granite. What the hell am I going to do with a whole load of granite? Well, the first thing I'm going to need to do, I think, is work on leveling some of this. I also need to slow down. Oh, hello. And I think this is going to be the level that we're aiming for. So I think we can grab a whole load of this out for starters. And what I want to do is have a drawbridge on this side and then a causeway that comes up from the marketplace up, possibly looping back on itself a little bit, because, you know, defensively that's a good idea, honest. And we can try and work out how this tower structure, we'll start off with the towers, and the towers will then, you know, lead into the gatehouse structure going over that. I have, if I just come over here, that is a 5 section, and then the gap between there, that's another 10. So the idea is that I'm going to create a wall section which is in 5s and is duplicatable in 5s, and I think that will probably work quite well. But the first thing we're going to need to do is granite cobblestone, all the way past this lot, and we'll, you know, just do a bit of digging and get this all out. So this will be the floor level of the keep as you enter. So we've got a lot of building up to do and a lot of filling in to do. Yeah, so on that note, I'm going to do a little bit of excavating and a little bit of builderizing to get these in. Now I think what we'll do is we'll take this all down one level, because I really would like the bit that's above ground, or above, you know, that's visible, to be good rock and not cobble. Gosh, cobble is boring. Yep, back in a bit. Alright, quite a lot of hours later actually, we're on the next day, the next evening, and things have taken shape. I probably got a little bit further than I intended to actually, but what we've done is we've put in a switchback access road to the castle. This can change, it's only packed earth for the sake of it. They've got that giving us, so either side of the gatehouse is nice pit, very little access up to the gatehouse. And what I've done is on the interior of this, I've replaced all of it with packed dirt. So this is the tower there. We've got a gap of 15 here. Slightly smaller tower, I shrunk it down. We go down here, gap of 15 to a large tower at the end here. A lot of landscaping done, a lot of landscaping to do, and we obviously need to also extend the walls around to encapsulate the chapel, get this all nice and green. This landscaping needs to be done as well. Maybe not landscaping here, but then we're going to come up becoming. Oh, I actually didn't put that in. That's shocking. I don't think I've got actually any. But yeah, we'll take that out. There you go. So that will come up there. This is going to be the wall. Another big tower here, which matches that tower over there, and then these two are diagonal. So we come from there, we come diagonally this way, we come diagonally this way. It's also 15, but it's a diagonal of 15. This is the smaller 4-2-2-4, and then a straight wall here. So you end up with this kind of hexagonal. The towers are hexagonal. There's an element of hexagonalness here, but my thoughts are, because obviously this is not all going to be courtyard. My thoughts are maybe from about here we bring out the main keep, so it's either side. Let me just, it's probably easier if I fly. So if you imagine from there a main keep coming out with maybe again a hexagonal kind of fascia on there, we can put some stables in against the walls, maybe even a forge, basic forge after all. I have been backfilling. There is a dungeon underneath here as well, but it's been long since looted. That was looted, on our opening weekend. So this is where we are at in terms of the work. I need to get a whole load more granite bricks. I also need to get granite cobble, because I need to just fill that bit in. I think we need to bring this up just so it's level at this level here. I don't mind having a bit of the cobble showing, I just don't want it all showing. And then we'll have the bricks will come up. Now that's going to come at least up to this level, and then obviously we need to go a little bit over for the gates, and we'll probably put a gate here on this side, so this might become double thick there. But yeah, that's kind of the plan. Now I do want to get other gears involved with helping build this. Punk, Gran, anybody who's actually on Candy, her if she wants to. There's this was her kind of design. However, I wanted to get a kind of a template thing. There's a reason. There's an old statement saying, isn't there, which is that too many cooks boil the broth, and I think that is probably true of architects as well. We really do need to do something with this lag pit there as well. There's a reason why in any kind of large project management or architecture piece, people tend to only have one lead. There is only one leader there. And that's because working by committee seldom provides the kind of results you want out of, committee is a terrible way to manage any kind of large scale project. Now that doesn't mean that you don't take a project and subdivide it down into smaller tasks, and that's quite common, sub projects and subgroups and whatever. But ultimately there's always somebody at the helm. There's a captain of the ship, there's lots of these little things. I'm just going to have all of these down as cobble, I think, and then we've got the big ones for the brick. Yeah, there's a captain of the ship on thing. You don't have multiple captains, you only have one helmsman, yada yada. So you have more than one helmsman. I know nothing about sailing of ships, by the way, so don't look to me for that one. So what I'm trying to do is kind of establish an architectural palette, for want of a better word. I'll just leave you there. You can go back into my inventory. I need to go and find some clay, which is up here. And once we've got a kind of a direction of travel, it will be easier, I think, for everybody to work together to achieve. Damn it! It always does that to me. A direct, a unified vision, if you like, of what good looks like. And that's not to say that we can't add our own flares and distinguishing marks. It's just because this is going to be a community thing. It's just if we all just went mad at architecting and building, it would be. I often use this one as an example. I'm not sure whether I've ever used it on my recording, but certainly at work I often refer back to Homer Simpson's website. If you know the reference, you'll know what I mean, because that was there was an episode of The Simpsons where Homer got into the web and his first website was just an absolute mess of animated GIFs and noises and assets that he'd downloaded and found online. Probably, in all honesty, very much like everybody else's first website. I think everybody on their first attempt will make something that is utterly horrific, unless, of course, you're particularly precocious. So that's the kind of the plan, and yeah, we'll take it from there. Now I'm going to need a whole load of mortar. I have got mortar at home. I've also got quicklime already cooked at home, and what we'll do is probably try and recruit a few quicklime bakers just to get us going. So I want these to look a little bit like they're kind of tacked into the bedrock here. Similarly, maybe we'll just do the odd. And I may go and grab a little bit of andesite just to kind of finish this off. We'll do that like that maybe. I think that just gives it a little bit more detailing that kind of breaks up the monotony of a solid wall of andesite. So there's a little bit of work to do there. Not a huge amount in this area, to be honest. I just want to, give some interest there. But the next thing is more of the granite bricks, and I'm going to have to go and make those. Let me pull some stuff together. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, this is probably going to be a short episode for one that's actually taken so long to record, which is utterly bizarre. However, I am starting to get a design language for this build. I will be appealing on our Discord server to the rest of the gears to pitch in and see what these, even if it's just cooking up some quicklime to make mortar or chiseling bricks, whatever it may be. All the help is always appreciated. That's a great thing about a community. But this is kind of getting a feel. I've ditched the fences for the minarets. Crenellations, not minarets. Different thing. For the crenellations here, and we've just gone with straight blocks. Cobble, little bit of supporting structure here. I'm in two minds. In fact, let's just go and have a look at what we did. I don't think we did much on this side. Obviously, we had walls, but and we had a thing at the bottom, didn't we? Whereas this, I think, is going to kind of raise up out of the ground and just be a monolithic structure. I have put a gate in, so we have got you. And we have got you, which closes up the thing nicely. I'm not going with portcullis, I don't think. I think this will be more than enough. Because this is... Because, I mean, again, if if you were making a port town and you had a walled port town, certainly for the Pirates of the Caribbean thing, you would probably actually fortify up on one of these things, one of these promontories overlooking the harbour, so you could defend from both land and sea. But it's a game. Just enjoy it and don't overanalyze. There's a lot of work to do here, and I certainly think there's enough to keep me busy for a few weeks. Just so you are aware, I have noticed that one of the tracks that I picked and carefully checked is now being flagged to copyright, so I may be going back to my original soundtrack for a while I work it out. It is actually really, really infuriating, because I've gone and I've found music which claims, I'm going to put a grill there by the way, claims to be open source, so that's all good. And I've then compiled it into a video which I've uploaded, and then I've spotted the ones that are getting content claimed because they weren't actually open source. I've whittled it down. I finally got a thing. I put it up there. It's been up there for nearly a week, and then suddenly one of the tracks is getting tracked. Not for being a copyright, for being a cover. Now, where this is for me infuriating is this. I actually don't disagree with copyright. I think copyright is a good thing. Copyright protects me, it protects you, it protects all of us for when we come up with unique works. What I do disagree with is YouTube's implementation of it. For example, I got recommended, and I'll be honest, I watched it because I was curious about the film anyway. What the hell was the film now? Guardians of the Galaxy 3. You know, the big Hollywood blockbuster. In its entirety. Available on YouTube. Not copyright flagged. Not in any way being demonetized. Clearly and obviously, I realised that this was not a legit copy, by the way. And if I was utterly, true to my values, I probably wouldn't watch it. I'd probably sit there and go, no, I'm not going to watch that. That's copyright, blah, blah, blah. I'm also human, so things. But it is bizarre. I have like a 3-minute clip of music which is claimed to be a cover of a song. Not even a song, a cover of a song, played by somebody else on their own music, on their instrument, with their own twists and variations of it. And you're getting a claim on it. Somebody puts up an entire Hollywood blockbuster movie and nothing. Now, I personally think YouTube is missing a trick here, because there are people, myself included, who if I saw something that I thought was a copyright infringement, I would report it. I would sit there and go, no, that shouldn't be there, let's report it to YouTube. You can't do that. They don't have the ability for me as a watcher to report something on a copyright claim. I can report what I believe to be a copyright violation of my own videos. I can't report a copyright violation of somebody else's videos, which again seems utterly bizarre. Anyway, enough ranting. I'm going to have to do a little bit of work around that. I may have to bite the bullet and sign up to something like Epic Music or SoundCloud. There are some services out there which allow you to pay a monthly subscription and you can use copyright music because you're paying for the right to use it. I may have to do that and just stop faffing around, because it takes so much time to actually try and do this work. But anyway, this is a start. We have a design, we have a thing, and on that note, I am going to call this one an episode. I don't know why I'm carrying 8 beds around either, but bit shorter than usual, but only shorter in terms of the length of the video. It's much longer in terms of the length of actual recording time on it. So, you know, I need to work on this. But I'll work on this between episodes. I'll draft up some support, and hopefully this will develop really quickly. Because I would like the spawn area to be complete for season end, whenever that may be, you know. So, on that note, thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.